Now we're going to discuss the properties of squares. Okay, so how does this go? So here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to tell you all these properties. The first thing you need to know that a square has 4 right angles, 4 90 degrees. All right. If you see that it has 4 right angles, then you already know it's a square. Next, you have to check if it has 4 congruent sides that are equal to one another, then that's a square. Again, if we have 4 equal sides, then we have a square. All right, let's go furthermore. I can also tell you that the diagonals are congruent. So the distance from one point to another point right here is also congruent to the other diagonal. So the diagonals are congruent, and so if the diagonals are congruent, it's a square. Furthermore, diagonals are perpendicular in a square, meaning they give you a right angle. Perpendicular means they got to give you a right angle, right? So you have got like 4 right angles right there. So if you have diagonals that are congruent and diagonals that intersect one another, then that's a square. Let's keep going. So what I mean about congruent, meaning this side equals this, equals this, equals this, right? For example, if this is 2, then every one of them will be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. If this is 3, that's 3, that's 3, that's 3. All right? And if you want to go furthermore, you can say if this entire line is 6, then that also has to be 6. Okay? Cool. Let's continue. I mentioned earlier that we have 90 degrees on each corner. The thing with the square is that the diagonal bisect the angle. The word bisect means cut it in half. Okay? So if it was a 90 degree, then you have a 45, 45. Same thing, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. All right? That's kind of like all the information you need to know about properties of squares. All right, so, furthermore, forgot to mention this. We also have parallel, okay? So top and bottom are parallel, side and side are parallel. All right? So let's put that into work. All right, so here's what we need to do. It says that ML is 2x plus 10. ML is this line right here, and this line is 2x plus 10. All right, next, HL. HL is this one right here, and that is 6x minus 14. All right, they want you to find x and also find HA. All right, so if you remember what I mentioned earlier, I said that if you get one side, it also equals to the other side of the diagonal. It equals to the other side of the diagonal, so they all equal to one another. So which means that this right here equals this right here. So let's do our math. So 2x plus 10 equals 6x minus 14, because we're just using the property of squares. Now, what do we do next? We just solve. I would move the 2x first, subtract 2x on both sides. I get 10 left here. I get 4x here minus 14. My next move will be to add 14 on both sides. I get 24 here equals 4x. And then I will divide by 4. I get x equals 6. So check, I have figured out where x is. Now I have to find HA. So what you can do is take this 6, plug it in, and you can plug it anywhere. Let's plug it right here. Okay, so because if I do that, it would give me a true value of HL. And once I know HL, well, HL will be the same distance as HA, then I can find the whole length. So let's plug it in right there. So that should have 6 open parentheses. Plug in your, what do we get? Yeah, 6. Close that. Minus 14. 36 minus 14. What is 36 minus 14? So you get 22. So if this is 22, then this is also 22. 22, 22. Put that together. HA equals 44. All right. Move on to the next one. CB measurement of angle CBA is 4y plus 1. CB, CAB is this angle right here. This angle is 4y plus 1. Got it. Next angle is AEB. AEB is this angle right here. And this angle is 5x plus 55. Okay, solve for x and solve for y. All right, let's apply our properties. We know, here's what we know. When we deal with angles, we know that we will have, let me just erase because I have a bunch of stuff right here. We know that the diagonals are perpendicular, which means they make right angles inside. So diagonals are perpendicular because they make 90 degrees all around where they intersect. So this right here is 90 degrees. So, but I have that being 5x plus 55. So what I can do is set that equal to 90. Let's solve. Subtract 55. Subtract 55. That goes away. I have 5x equals 8, 10, 5. And you get 4. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. We get x equals 9. So far I have x. How do we find y? Now, remember also what I said? I said that one of the property was the diagonal bisect the 90 degrees equally, meaning that this is 45, this is 45 for all of them. This is 45, this is 45, and so on, okay? So, let's use that information, which means that this right here must be 45. So, in that work, we would do the 4y. Let me move this down a little bit, like right here. Let's continue. Equals to 45. Let's solve. Subtract 1, you get 44. 4y, divide by 4, divide by 4. We get y equals 11. And just like that, we are done. All right. So the property is very critical to help us solve a bunch of things. All right. Practice 3's on you. You got this. Practice 2 and 3 and so on.